Well, good morning. It's ridiculously early and I've crawled out of bed because there's an event on today for motoring journalists where we can see and test drive a whole load of new cars. We're expecting about 20 brands, 40 to 50 vehicles, so it should be a fun and interesting day. So come with me and we'll see what's what. Okay, so we're just arriving at the venue, which is a hotel in the English countryside. Not the best journey I've ever had, to be honest. Lots of traffic on the motorway, lots of roadworks, and the sun was in my eyes most of the way, so it feels like my retinas have been burnt out. But never mind, let's find somewhere to park. So I'm parked here, and there is the hotel. Looks nice. So the event hasn't officially started yet, but nonetheless I'm signed in. I've got my driver's permit and we can have a first quick look at the cars. So there's the hotel in the background. That white marquee is where the manufacturer representatives are hanging out, ready to hand out keys and information. And here of course are the cars, all lined up bow to stern by manufacturer. They're being cleaned at the moment, some of these, and we're expecting a few more, I suspect, because normally that area over there is also full of cars. Okay, I've just picked up this 2021 Kia Stinger GT. I've only driven it about 200 yards and pulled in to show you. Good looking car. I quite like it. And Mrs. Car Spy TV would certainly like the colour if she was here today. Let's have a quick look at the interior. Through here. So again, it's very nice. Let's hop in. Now these are air vents here. These remind me of an old Mercedes. We've got quite a clear instrument cluster down there. Let's turn it on. Where's the on button gone? Oh, it's over here on the left. Chiming at me for some reason, and the seat's moving by itself. It's probably chiming because the door's open. Hang on. There we go. So this one is an automatic, controlled there, park button down there, handbrake there, a couple of cup holders. We got this leather or a leather effect interior, which all looks very nice. But let's just take it for a quick drive and see what it's like on the road. Okay, this is just going to be a very quick test drive. So into drive on the gearbox. My first impression is that visibility isn't particularly good. Can't see a lot out the back, and these A-pillars are quite intrusive. Speed bump. Well, it rode that quite nicely. So let's get out of this hotel. Porsche 911 though. Now I think we'll go right. Now the brakes are quite progressive and responsive, always good. They're not too stabby. Now I need a good gap in the traffic. And off we go. Let's accelerate, shall we? Oh yeah. Picks up very nicely. That's 50 straight away, which is the speed limit on this bit of road. Now this car does have a head-up display, so when I look ahead through the windscreen it appears as if 50 miles an hour, the current speed, is written on the road. I quite like that. Steering, quite responsive. Feels nicely weighted at these sort of speeds. Going under an old railway bridge now, and a very sharp corner. Let's provoke it a little. Yeah. No problem at all. First impressions are this is a easy, nice, confident car to drive. So let's have a quick look in the boot. This one's electric, so just press a button there. Magic. Well, that's not too bad. Plenty of space in there for a weekend away or the family. Now how do I close it? Buttoned up there. snazzy. Well, the weather's quite decent today, so let's take out this mini convertible. It's a John Cooper Works, as you can see from the badge. And look, you can see the Union Jack in the rear light there. There are other nice touches too. These minis always feel a little bit special, a little bit different. Let's hop in. So look, we've got some nice touches. We start it using this toggle switch, and when I press it, look at this come up here. That is the head-up display. You won't be able to see anything on it, but I will be able to when I'm driving. We've got the sat-nav here. This one again is an automatic, but we do have a traditional manual handbrake. So let's, just for the fun of it, close the roof, which is electric. You do so from this switch up here. Here it comes. The world is closing in. Windows coming up as well. There we go. Well, that didn't take too long, did it? But as it's a nice day, I think we will have the roof down. Why not? It's starting to rain a bit, but never mind. Have you seen these interesting trees behind me? They're quite distinctive. Now, Citroën has very kindly given me this little toy car of a C4, and I'm going to give that to a certain little fella when I get home. And once he's been born. That hasn't happened yet. Look at the size of this thing. It's a SsangYong Musso pickup truck, 4x4. This one is the long wheelbase. Let's have a look in the back. That tailgate certainly has some weight to it. Loads of room there. Now this thing really is enormous. It's actually taller than me. I'm sort of 5'10", 5'11". Very big indeed. Let's have a quick look at the interior. All very pleasant. You certainly don't feel too hard done by in here. What you do get, of course, is an absolutely commanding view of the road. You look down on everything. I just passed a little Fiat 500 and it really did look like a toy. So the hotel has kindly provided lunch. It's just a case of grab what you fancy. So I've gone for some egg sandwiches, bit of salmon there at the back, sausage roll, bit of chicken, whatever that is, a wrappy thing, whatever that is, and some apple juice. So here we have a 2021 Renault Arkana. This one is the E-Tech hybrid. Let's have a quick look. What do you reckon then? Do you like it? Let me know in the comment section what you think about the styling. I think it's okay. Quick look at the interior. In we go. Now once again, and increasingly on modern cars, we're seeing a digital dashboard. I have to start the engine and you'll see it all light up. And again, as is typical these days, there's a large screen here. This is your infotainment and navigation. There's the sat nav. If I press that, we've got, well, radio, phone, applications, video, photo, well, all kind of stuff that I really don't want in my car. This one's an automatic again. Not particularly spacious in the back, but nonetheless, first impressions are okay. Okay, so let's have a quick test drive. First though, look at the key. That's a bit unusual, isn't it? Seems unnecessarily big and bulky, but nonetheless, it's working. So that's the important thing. Right. Vehicle checks in progress. Good. You going to work? Yeah. Looks promising. Handbrake off. Wait for a gap in the traffic. And off we go. Past the guy who's trying to film a Porsche. Okay, now what do we think? Well, it does wallow a little through the corners. Yeah. Steering's very light at these speeds. Which way should we go? Let's go this way. Brakes feel good. Acceleration then, let's see. Yeah, well, no rocket ship, but perfectly sufficient. We're now doing 51. I mean, we're doing 50 in a 50 zone. Decent visibility out the back, not the best, not the worst. The ride is a little unsettled, I'd say. Speed limit dropping now. Slow us down. And then we do have a series of sharper bends. And if the road is clear, I may well provoke it a little just to see what happens. The road is clear. Right. Yeah. Well, it's not claimed to be a sports car. Certainly doesn't handle like one, but you'd have to be trying pretty hard to get into any serious trouble. I've just noticed that behind the gear stick there's this little slot there for the key. So there's a better look at the rear of the car for you. We've got some vents down there for the passengers, a couple of USB ports by the look of it. As for the boot, let's try. There we go. Well, not the biggest boot in the world. Quite a high floor, unless that can be raised and lowered. Well, there's your spare wheel and your various toys, and a bit more space there for additional storage. Fair enough. Can you see that low wooden fence over there? Well, some years ago I was sitting on it, minding my own business, having a cup of coffee, when it jolted. So I looked to the right, and somebody had crashed into it. Oh dear. Okay, I've finished playing about with the cars for today. I'm back in my own now. I haven't by any means shown you everything I've driven today, or everything I've done, but hopefully nonetheless you've got a decent overall impression. I would say, as is typical of these events, there are certain cars which are very impressive, and there are certain cars that, well, I wouldn't rush to get my checkbook out for, put it that way. I'm hopefully now going to get home before rush hour, got quite a long drive, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Farewell!